This is the Raw on Netflix August 18, 2025 full show results video, which takes place at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Paul Heyman leads the Vision to the ring, declaring himself a god in Philadelphia and praising his faction of goats. He hypes up Braun Breaker as the future of WrestleMania, the man who made Roman Reigns fear the spear, and calls Big Bronson Reed the master of the Shunami and the tribal thief for taking out Reigns. Heyman then puts over Seth Rollins as the revolutionary, visionary, evolutionary, and reigning undisputed WWE Heavyweight Champion who pinned Roman Reigns twice at WrestleMania. Main event Jey Uso interrupts, entering through the crowd with his trademark energy, even letting kids eat into the mic. He says he's tired of Seth and Heyman's threats, reminding everyone he tapped out Gunther at WrestleMania and promising things will only get worse for Rollins in Paris. He mocks Braun Breaker, saying he needs to stay on the porch because he's not ready for a real one. Rollins taunts Jey, calling his family fat and disrespectful, nearly pushing Breaker to fight before Heyman and Rollins hold him back. Heyman then references ECW's legacy in Philadelphia, invoking names like Sandman, New Jack, RVD, Sabu, and the Dudley Boys, before Jey cuts him off and declares the match will be Extreme Rules. Io Sky is in Gorilla, and the Kabukis roll up, and Asuka apologizes for last week. Sky says it's okay, and Kairi Sane says just let her know if she needs help. Asuka says they'll always have her back, and Io says she needs to do this by herself just like Asuka did before, and they all high-five. Then we saw a match between Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez. The match begins with Io Sky trying to use speed, but Raquel Rodriguez overpowers her with slams and a big boot after Roxanne Perez trips Sky on the outside. Back from commercial, Sky fights back with Shoti strikes, drop kicks, and a missile dropkick, showing her fire. Raquel counters with raw strength, hitting a corkscrew elbow drop and catching Io during dives, slamming her into the ring post. Back inside, Rodriguez attempts a powerbomb, but Io Sky counters with a Frankensteiner into the turnbuckles. She follows with corner knees and ascends the ropes, landing her signature moonsault to secure the victory by pinfall. Post-match, Roxanne Perez rushes the ring and beats Io Sky down. Raquel recovers and joins in, but Rhea Ripley makes the save. Rhea blasts Rodriguez over the top rope with a big boot. Backstage, LA Knight dismisses concerns about Seth Rollins, but CM Punk interrupts, urging unity between them and Jey Uso against Rollins' Vision. Knight cuts him off, saying the issue isn't about liking each other, it's Punk interfering in his title chances. Punk stresses teamwork against the numbers game, but Knight firmly declares that in Paris, he'll be the one holding the championship high, leaving no doubt about his intentions. Backstage, Rhea Ripley chats with Io Sky, apologizing for interfering, but Io tells her it's okay. Kabuki warriors come down, and Asuka is upset that Sky told them not to help, but is okay with Ripley helping, and she and Rhea scream at each other until Io yells at them to stop fighting and rants in Japanese before running off. Asuka tells Ripley to stay out of their business and leaves as Kairi lets out a long, pained sigh and gives Rhea, "You see what I have to deal with, look." The next match happened between Penta versus Xavier Woods. Penta faced Xavier Woods in a heated clash. Woods dominated early, mocking with Ciro Dinero while punishing Penta with strikes and suplexes. After the break, Penta fired back with a sling blade, a quebradora, and a diving splash. Woods nearly won with an inverted suplex, aided by Kofi Kingston saving him with a rope break. However, Penta countered, landing a superkick and a devastating flip piledriver to secure the victory by pinfall. The next match happened between Dragon Lee and Mr. Iguana versus Judgment Day. Dragon Lee and JD McDonough opened with a hard-hitting exchange until Finn Balor turned the tide with vicious strikes. Mr. Iguana brought energy, using La Yesca as a weapon and hitting creative offense, while Lee battled back with explosive moves, including a Liger Bomb and stereotopes with Iguana. After the break, chaos ensued with McDonough landing a poison Frankensteiner and Iguana saving his partner. Dominic Mysterio interfered at the key moment, allowing Balor to hit the shotgun dropkick. He followed with the coup de grace on Lee, sealing the victory for Judgment Day by pinfall. After the match, Dom attacks Iguana, and then Finn and JD work over Lee and Iguana. Dom adjusts the announce table. Dom gets on the table with Lee, but Vikingo hits a drop kick on Dom. Vikingo avoids Balor with a cartwheel, and he hits a head scissors. Vikingo with a drop kick to JD, and he hits a running double knee strike on JD. Dom hits Vikingo in the back with the title belt. Finn slams Lee, and Dom goes up top for a frog splash onto Vikingo. Backstage, Becky Lynch denies attacking Natalya, insisting Natalya struck first. She recalls Natalya's aggression 2 weeks ago and claims she only defended herself. Becky adds that Natalya doesn't belong in her division, emphasizing she wrestles worldwide because she's out of place, dismissing her as unfit for this roster. Bayley delivers a haunting promo, admitting she hasn't made sense in years and hears tormenting voices in her head. The voices taunt her about WrestleMania and SummerSlam, telling her she doesn't need friends and calling her an idiot. Desperate for them to stop, Bayley breaks down, finally questioning what she truly needs, before the voice chillingly asks if she needs a hug. The next match happened between Becky Lynch versus Natalya for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Natalya and Becky Lynch battled in a physical match. Natalya started strong with takedowns, suplexes, and strikes, but Becky quickly targeted her arm, slamming it into the post, steps, and announce table. Becky controlled with submissions and strikes, but Natalya fought back with forearms, a powerbomb, a dropkick, and a near fall from a discus clothesline. Becky countered the sharpshooter and traded roll-ups with Natty. After pulling Natalya into the ropes and neutralizing her arm, Becky locked in the disarm, forcing Natalya to tap out. Becky Lynch wins by submission, continuing her dominance while exploiting Natalya's injured arm throughout the match. After the match, Maxine pulls Becky off Natty. Becky hits Maxine from behind, and she puts Maxine in disarm her. Nikki Bella's music plays, and she makes her way to the ring. Nikki with forearms to Becky and Becky with punches, then Becky with a knee and Nikki with a TKO. Jackie asks Sheamus about the situation with Rusev and how it is escalating. Sheamus says everyone says Rusev has a god complex. Rusev shows up behind Sheamus, and they are stopped before they can do anything. Pierce says this isn't happening tonight. He will give them one more. It happens for the last time at Clash in Paris in a Donnybrook match. Backstage, CM Punk offers Jey Uso support for his match, but Jey declines, not wanting to owe favors. Punk respects his choice, assuring him he's there, and they shake hands. Adam Pearce introduces Women's World Champion Naomi, who proudly enters with her title. She reveals through a video that she and Big Jim Uso are expecting a baby. Pearce congratulates her, but Naomi, staying fiery, declares she won't hand shit back like before. With playful sass, she mocks Pearce, sings "Na Na Hey Hey Goodbye," and jokes about Jim's love for Netflix and chill. Naomi credits him for giving the locker room a temporary chance at her title. She lays down her custom belt, promising that after 9 months she'll return, even if breastfeeding, ready to reclaim her championship. Back from commercial, Judgment Day are walking backstage, wondering where Dominic Mysterio is, when they run into him chatting with El Grande Americano. He explains that he's just making sure Judgment Day always stays on top, but Finn Balor isn't quite buying it. In the main event of the show, we saw an Extreme Rules match between Braun Breaker versus main event Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Braun Breaker's brutal plunder-filled clash spiraled into chaos with Bronson Reed interfering, LA Knight making the save, and Seth Rollins ambushing both men only for CM Punk to arrive and brawl into the crowd with Rollins. As Breaker regained control with a Slim Jim table, Roman Reigns shocked the arena with a spear and Superman punch, clearing Reed. Reigns set the stage for Uso, who landed super kicks and finished Breaker with a diving splash through the table for the pinfall victory. Post-match, Roman helps Jey Uso to his feet and stares Bronson Reed down. Reed tells Roman he's gonna take his shoes in Paris, and he could take him right now if he wanted, but Paul Heyman holds him back, and the show goes off the air. How would you rate this week's Monday Night Raw? Tell me in the comments section, and thanks for watching.